Good evening, people. Happy Sunday. What's left of it? Oh my goodness, man. Oh, what a day. What a fucking day. Listen, um, I don't usually like to do these kind of lives. Um, I do them from time to time. Usually about maybe twice a year they take place because always some bullshit happens. Um, so I try to stay away from the drama as much as I can, if I can. But I also can't. I have this inability to keep my mouth shut. So yeah, and it's good to see everybody, and thank you guys for joining so late. I know it's a late one. I don't usually do late live streams like this, but you know, again, I'm glad you guys are here. I'm grateful to you guys for being here. Um, but yeah, Twitter has been exhausting today, yet I couldn't put it down. Um, and and I don't know if I'm really gonna pull up anything. I might just pull Twitter up just to refresh my memory on certain things, but um I was in Kate Peters' chat earlier. I'm not really going to talk about that. That was just for my own personal entertainment. I jumped in there just to see what was going to take place, and it was her and Benzo Bob that were just talking out of their asses and just fucking lying, like the most the collective lack of self-awareness. I have never seen such a collective lack of self-awareness between like the host, the guest, and the chat. It was insane. It was just really funny. So I I was in there just listening to her not be able to even run her stream, to the point where I even had to like super chat her, like, dude, here, like get get just some fucking earbuds, man. The cheapest fucking earbuds you can get, you know? Like if you're getting an echo from the desktop, well, it's probably a headphone thing. But anyway. Anyway, it was just funny. Because like listen, honestly, what she was talking about, Mike Crawford from Young Jerks, I don't give a fuck about any of that. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I do not give a fuck about any of it. We went over that shit when it happened. Like I mean, I guess she wanted to talk about that he flip flopped. Okay, yeah, we talked about that months ago. And so what? Water under the bridge. Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. Like what? I don't understand what you're trying to prove here. So yeah. No, and it was just really funny to like listen to her. Oh, what's up, Mizzy? It's good to see you. Um, it's just really funny to like listen to people like sit there and it like just straight up lie to themselves. You know what I mean? Like here she was, and she's just like, I don't take cheap shots, and I don't do this, and I don't. What do you mean, dude? Do you know that you're on Twitter all day long and people can see you? You realize that? Like, I don't. What's up, Mike? It's good to see you, buddy. Um, we can see you. Like I repost your shit all the time because it's fucking funny. Because not because you're funny, like I'm funny. You're funny because you're like we're laughing at you, not with you. You know what I mean? Like it's totally crazy. And her chat. I've said this for years. You can ask Cherry or Calamity Jade, anybody that's followed my channel for years, right? Anybody who has, long before the the Karen Reed John O'Keefe fiasco, long before that. Um, yeah, Nick Rocco, that was funny. Long before that, I have said this. I've said this over and over and over again. you could tell a lot about a person, about a YouTube creator by watching their chat. You could tell a lot about that YouTube creator just by looking at their chat. And her chat was the most toxic pit of disgusting fucking people that I've ever seen. Like I had to shower when I was done watching that. I had to fucking shower because like it was just watching like a fucking storm of like fucking Kim Fair and Plevin and fucking just Lindsay, all these disgusting fucking people all in one place. Like it was just really bizarre. It was almost surreal. Um and like and if that person is sitting up there saying these nice things and making themselves out to be, like if you're looking at a YouTube creator and you're seeing this, and I'm telling you, take this shit to the bank. This is YouTube 101 for all of you who just started following YouTube because you just started following this case and you're kind of fresh to it. Let me explain to you a little bit about that. I'm telling you, let me just give you a little tip. If you are in someone's chat, that content creator is saying all the things that you like to hear, but their chat is spitting a bunch of disgusting, hateful shit and making shit up about people without any proof, that creator is a piece of shit. That creator is a piece of shit. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So just so you know, that's just, I'm telling you, take that shit to the bank. It may not be obvious at first, but if you take time and you test my theory, I will be proven correctly to you. I guarantee. Member for 10 months. Thank you so much. Just wasted 2 hours of my life. Right. Yeah, I know. And then, some people were expecting me to like stream it like I did the Shawn thing, but I streamed the Shawn thing for different reasons. Like trolling her to do that was just a bonus. The main reason why I was doing it was because I knew that she was using Shawn, and Shawn, everyone here wanted to hear what Shawn had to say and what the hell he was doing on that channel. And I knew that she knew that. And I knew that she was going to get thousands and thousands of viewers out of that. And that's why she was doing it. So I decided to intercept that because I fucking can. And yeah, it again, it was a bonus to troll her, but that's not why I did it. I mean, if I would have done it tonight, it would have been just to troll her. You know what I mean? If I would have done that tonight, it would have been just to troll her. But the thing is like, I'm in that chat, whatever, blah blah blah. It was no big deal, like she just completely and totally just and she lies, like not caring that her lies can be like proven to be lies. You know what I mean? Which is just really funny. And I've seen that type before too. She's everything that everybody's ever said about her that's negative, But one thing that I've never done is talk about her children. I won't do that. But that's my own thing. You know what I mean? Like that's my personal thing. Like you're not going to sit up there and try to act like you're all high and mighty because you never jumped on the bandwagon of people talking about my shit with my kid, right? And act like, "Oh, I never did that." And act all high and mighty like you're better than the people that are fucking in your chat doing it who you're not saying anything to, or you're not, you know what I mean? So like you're acting like you're all better than them in doing that, right? But you had just talked about and made fun of someone for being in a wheelchair. Like not even 5 minutes before that. Like, so don't sit here and try to sell me this Kate Peter misintegrity bullshit because nobody with any common sense is buying. Like, I know her type. She's just like canceled Karen. She's really good at manipulating stupid people, not people, stupid people. Only stupid people fall for her bullshit. And she had a chat full of toxic, stupid people. So it was just like, okay, yeah, yeah. Um, so this morality high horse that she's selling her stupid fucking audience, it's just it's not gonna fly. It's not working. But um, so I didn't catch it. I see Brian in the chat. Sorry, dude. I didn't catch. And I clicked on it and it said it was live. I guess because my fucking YouTube window was still open. And then I clicked on it and it was and it wasn't live anymore. It just like restarted, and then I was like, oh fuck, okay. So I missed it. So I don't know what Brian went over as far as Shawn goes, but what happened on Twitter today. So let me explain a little what happened on Twitter today. So last night, about, I don't know, an hour or so before Turtle Boy went live, I was bored and I was just going through shit, and then and I remembered Turtle Boy on my channel saying the word Five Guys about like 10 times, Five Guys about Shawn's so-called sources, right? So what I did was I made a funny meme. I didn't even put any real time or effort into it. Like, it wasn't even well done. I wasn't trying to like fool anybody with it. There were a couple of comments that were just like, oh my god, is that fake? Like, yeah, it's fake. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a harmless joke. It's it was based on words that came out of Turtle Boy's mouth on my channel. That's all it was. It was a joke based. It was a joke designed to benefit those who listened to it. That's it. That's it. It was not meant to hurt Shawn or embarrass Shawn. Even though, I mean, if that's the price, then that's the price, considering Shawn did all this to himself. So that's why I don't feel guilty about it. And like I said, it was all in good fun. It was not. It was in no way an actual insult to Shawn directly. As I said, it was people in my chat were going, Five Guys burgers and fries, ha ha ha, when Turtle Boy was saying it. And then I thought about it then, and then I forgot about it, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I wanted to make a meme based on Turtle Boy saying Five Guys while he was up here. So I made the meme, right? And then Turtle Boy went live, and then he was talking, and then he was saying the Five Guys thing again, and then a lot of people, were clicking, were liking it and whatever, and okay, and it was just funny. A lot of people with their laughing emojis. Yeah, it's a funny little meme. It was meant to be kind of funny, not even that funny. That's all it was. I do shit posts sometimes. That is what is known as a shit post. Okay, like, I am very capable, as much as anybody else, of shit posting. That's what Twitter is for to me. I will use Twitter to post serious things. I will use Twitter to post whatever bullshit, because I don't give a fuck that much about Twitter, dude. I really don't. So like, I'm on there and this snowballs into other shit, right? This snowballs into all this other shit. And
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. I think we got a super cat.
Brian, LTL Media, what's up, buddy? The Riddler ended himself when he shit on Karen. Game over. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that too. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it, buddy. I'm going to talk a little bit about that too. So And Scott Messerschmidt, thank you for being here. Cherry, thank you for being here. You gotta, man, I need to show my mods more love. Because you guys are amazing. Thank you guys. Um, I so this snowballs into argument after argument that I put myself into, like I could just ignore them. I could, but I just I don't know. I have something in me that just has to always play this.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Ditto. People who watch you often should understand your humor. Yeah, like because either you understand it or you hate this fucking channel. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of humor I have. Like either you get it or you fucking hate my guts. Like it's how it that's what it boils down to, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I am perfectly okay with that. I am I have a perfect at peace understanding of the fact that I have a channel and hopefully people are going to like me, but guaranteed there are going to be people who hate me. That's guaranteed. You can hope that people like you, but guaranteed people are going to hate you if you choose to get up here and actually be yourself and actually be completely honest and lay shit out there and not hold back. That is going to happen. That is the decision. That is a fact that you're going to have to face if you decide to be real on YouTube or in any other platform. That's just how it works. So I'm okay with being hated. I don't really give a shit what anybody's personal opinions are of me. So I'm on Twitter here, and people like the whole narrative is this is all about money, right? That this is all about money. That's the big argument, that we're grifters. Okay. I love when people say that shit, and I love that Kate Peter, I will give her credit for not blocking people. um that's something that I will give even the shittiest YouTube creators respect for. She'll give everybody a voice to talk, unless I don't know what her stipulation is, what merits getting hidden from her channel, because obviously doxing's not out of the question. That's the kind of shit that gets you banned from this channel. But I don't know, but I will give her enough respect to where I was allowed to comment in her chat and I didn't get blocked. Um, and Mike was allowed to comment in her chat and he didn't get blocked either. And so I so and she hasn't blocked me on Twitter either, and I repost her shit all the time, like to troll all the time. And she hasn't blocked me, so I will give her that much respect. But my opinion of her character overall is no different than it was yesterday or the day before, the day before that. I can acknowledge positive aspects of people. I could acknowledge those things, but it doesn't mean that just because there are those things that my opinion of them is in any way positive overall. So like a professional hitman, he might buy you an ice cream so that you have one more ice cream before he kills you, but it still makes him a piece of shit murderer, doesn't it? You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm just, but I'm always gonna be like, at least he fucking gave him an ice cream. You know what I mean? So like I'm there and I'm on Twitter and I'm you know, Shawn ends up like responding, and I don't know why he felt the need to do that, but he kept responding in Spanglish, and it was really weird and awkward. It was like this gringo Spanglish. Um, and this is why I had doubts because this morning, uh, the narrative was that this dude Eddie Richards, I think Richards was the last name. Eddie Richards was a sock account that was actually Shawn, and Shawn was pretending to be somebody else. I believe this was Turtle Boy's theory, and then this was the narrative. Everybody thought it was him, so I decided to test it. See, I'm the kind of guy that's just like, okay, why is everybody just throwing this around? Why doesn't anybody just fucking put the shit to the test? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to formally invite both of these guys to be on my channel at the same time, right? To test the theory, right? And Shawn is like, sure. And this Eddie guy is like, sure, right? So I'm like, okay. Because the sole purpose of it, I have no other interest in talking to Shawn at this point. But the whole purpose of it was to get these two on the same live stream to prove whether or not Shawn was actually this person, and to give Shawn a chance to explain what the fuck is going on, right? Where's his head at, right? So then later on, since it turns out that this person was some other guy who set up a sock account, and sorry to this guy, but I mean, dude, that's some immature fucking childish shit. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck would you? And you're DMing him to troll him. Like, why the fuck are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like, and and why is Shawn answering these DMs and going back and forth with these trolls? Like, that is fucking ridiculous. I don't understand. Like, unless it's either A, your first fucking week on social media, or B, you're a child, I don't understand why you would engage in that. With as toxic as this whole situation is, with the things that he's been saying, by saying that he has sources in law enforcement, why in the fuck would Shawn on the Gulf, if he has all these sources in law enforcement and have all this credibility, why the fuck would he lower himself to engaging with fucking trolls with fake accounts on YouTube or on Twitter? That's just fucking, or on Facebook. That's just fucking silly, man. And that's the kind of thing, that's what people don't understand. That's the kind of thing that makes us doubt Shawn. Is that he doesn't have that. That's not what a DEA, a retired DEA agent would traditionally do if they have a YouTube channel. I promise you that Duty Ron is not doing that. I promise you that Bill Cannon isn't even fucking doing that. Nobody's doing that. Like, I don't respond to DMs 90% of the time. 90 fucking percent of the time. Sometimes it's even people that I recognize, and I'm like, nope. Not to be a dick, it's just like I like to just minimize, dude. Like, I like to keep my life real simple. So that's the thing right there. Hang on to that thought right there. I like to keep my life fucking simple as much as I can. For a guy who tends to engage in behavior that complicates the fuck out of his life habitually, I like to keep my life simple. So when somebody like Shawn, who is somebody who has survived decades of life or death experiences for a living, supposedly, Why is he engaging in fucking bullshit high school shit behind the scenes of YouTube, dude? What is that? How am I supposed to take him seriously? How am I supposed to look up to him? Aren't I supposed to look to him to set an example? Proof of life for Shawn's career. Now, see, I'm not ready to do that yet because there are other things about him that make me think this guy is absolutely DEA. This guy is absolutely ex-law enforcement. There are certain things that he says. What I'm saying is, why the fuck is he acting like this? You know what I mean? I'm saying it doesn't add up. You know? No, and you're right. He has the right. He has the right to do what he wants, right? But the reason why I got pissed off in the first place, the reason why I got pissed off was because I looked up to this guy. If he's the guy that's on my channel that I got to be so respectful to because he's retired DEA, he's a retired federal agent, someone who technically served our country, right? Automatically he gets respect for me, right? But shouldn't he live up to that respect though? You know, shouldn't he present himself in a fashion, conduct himself in a fashion that is synonymous with the respect that he demands? The respect that I would like to give him? Because regardless of what somebody has done in the past that I never saw them do, if they're doing something, that I wouldn't do today, and they're doing, and they're significantly older than I am and significantly more experienced in life and things that I don't have any experience in, honorable things, shouldn't I expect more from them? You know what I mean? Is that unfair to expect more from them? Why do I have to tell this person, or why why does, because I mean, I never did tell him, but I never felt like I should have had to tell somebody to not listen to every idiot who DMs you behind the scenes, not engage with every idiot who DMs you behind the scenes. See, the thing is and Turtle Boy made a couple of really good points. Turtle Boy made a couple of really good points. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, I gotta take care of something. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take care of something real quick. So Turtle Boy had made a couple of really good points. Well, here's the thing. I mean, he didn't really burn me, but he burned Karen Reed. You know what I mean? Like, the shit that he said on Kate Peters Live was fucked up. Like, his actions are dictating that he is simply attention seeking and jealous. Turtle Boy made a couple of good points. Why is this dude, he's so involved and he wants to point fingers at people for not doing this and not doing that. When has Shawn ever shown up to fucking Boston? How much money has he made off of the supporters and off of this movement? And how much has he, how many times has he shared a Karen Reed Defense Fund link? Find me a clip, please. Find me a clip. Find me a clip of him sharing a Turtle Boy Defense Fund link. Find me a clip of him promoting a standout. And then show me something that came out that only Shawn would have known, that he said that only that there's no way that would have ever came out unless Shawn's source. Show me something that proves that Shawn's source is legitimate and that Shawn has predicted something that happened that wasn't obviously going to happen based on what we already knew. Show me something. Because he knows how to sell it really well. He knows how to sell it really well. You know, he's Shawn on the Gulf, you know? He's Mr. former DEA who ran through the jungle and did God knows what. Speaks Spanish because he had to in order to work the jungles of Costa Rica or wherever the fuck he was. And then he's, you know, Proctor, you're done. Tully, you're done. You're done. You know what I mean? That's going to hype us all up. I got hyped over that shit. I'm not going to lie. I was all drinking that Shawn on the Gulf Kool-Aid, dude. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is it was fine. All of those things were things that I noticed too. Man, it'd be a lot cooler if Shawn would, you know, maybe share Karen's Defense Fund link. One of his mods would or something. That'd be nice. But I was like, whatever. You know, this is still good. This is still good for awareness. I did. I was like, this is still good for awareness. That's how I felt about it. So I was like, whatever, you know? But then he goes off the rails and expresses how fucking butthurt he is because Turtle Boy is getting too much attention and because Karen Reed never sent him a fucking so much as a fucking praying hands emoji because his family had passed. That right there is not something that you can ignore when trying to assess whether or not somebody is in this shit for themselves. Okay? Because the actions dictate. Because you can call me a fucking grifter all fucking day. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. Like, I have so many common sense supporters who, and I have people that have been going back. My man Iceman, who will most likely catch this replay if he's not here now. My man Iceman has been commenting in my past live streams going, holy shit, dude. Like, man, I'm just going down a rabbit hole of all your old content, dude, and you're fucking the real deal, dude. Like, you're the same in every fucking thing. I have never changed. This case and how I've approached it is absolutely no different than any other case that I've ever approached. How I've approached it, I mean, me. I am no different in on how I am approaching this case than how I've approached any other case that I've covered. The only difference is I've never seen a fucking case like this. And I happen to be more passionate about this case than probably any other case that I ever got involved with, except one. Except one. But this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. So now once it's outed that Shawn was not the person behind this Eddie Richards account. Clever, stop that, please. Thank you. Once it's established, then Shawn gets all fucking big and bad. He gets all, yeah, you're done. I want to invite you on my show. And he's, of course, the post is about Turtle Boy. He still makes that about Turtle Boy. You still want to defend the little guy or some shit like that. And I'm like, this is the whole thing. Let me be very, very clear. It's like people don't understand. I'm being accused of being paid by Turtle Boy, by being paid by Karen Reed's defense team. No. I truly do this because it's my personal interest. And I take pride in it. I am proud. This is the best thing that I've ever been a part of because I know I'm on the side of right. I know I am. But see, it's just really funny because what's happening a lot here is everybody's going, "Oh my God, you're blind. You're blind. You're blinded by the turtle. You're blinded by the turtle, the big bad turtle." And I'm like, no. The difference is that you guys are upset and you're judging how you look at the Karen Reed evidence or even lack thereof based on your opinion of how Turtle Boy has conducted himself in his personal life. I'm not doing that. That doesn't mean that I don't have an opinion about the things that I know about Turtle Boy's personal life. But what those opinions are none of your fucking business. Nobody here, nobody there, nobody's fucking business. Just like any of your opinions of me are none of my fucking business. None of those opinions are any of your fucking business. I'm not here to talk about Turtle Boy's personal life. I don't give a fuck about Turtle Boy's personal life. I have never given a fuck about Turtle Boy's personal life. And Turtle Boy, I like Turtle Boy and I support Turtle Boy proudly. But that does not mean that I care for him personally in any way, shape, or form. No more than any other human being. That is somebody who I have enjoyed the company of, like I would enjoy the company of any coworker that I get along with and enjoy working with. What Turtle Boy haven't, now we don't even really work together. We've collaborated on a couple of live streams, but we don't work together. Make no mistake about that. But we do maintain what I like to consider a professional relationship. And people in professional relationships meet up sometimes, sit down and break bread, have a drink. That's what people in professional relationships do. It's perfectly natural. So I'm sorry if I don't join in with you on your little lynch mob bullshit of Turtle Boy's personal life and judging what he does behind the scenes of everything with the people in his life. I don't give a fuck. I cannot relate to you because you give a fuck and I don't. But that does not mean that I am buddy-buddy with Turtle Boy. And whether I was or not, who the fuck cares? That has nothing to do with whether or not Karen Reed is guilty or innocent. It also has nothing to do with whether or not Turtle Boy found the evidence that proved to the public that Karen Reed was innocent. And it also doesn't fucking matter that Turtle Boy is being framed and did 2 months in fucking jail. These things have nothing to do with what I think of Turtle Boy on a personal level. These are facts of a case with a lot of branches to it. And I am sucked into it. I have been for over a year now. I am sucked into it. I am absolutely engaged. But these are facts of the case that I cannot ignore and that I'm proud to have some part in to create awareness and perpetuate information. That's something that I'm just grateful to get to be a part of. But when you're sitting there and you're talking about Turtle Boy and me you're putting too much faith in him. That's what I hear a lot. You put too much faith in Turtle Boy, Will. You're smarter than that. I'm like, we're not even having the same fucking conversation. So which one of us is stupid? Because I'm talking about the things that matter. Right? Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Am I the one gaslighting here? I'm the one focused on the things that pertain to what matters. Things that are some way in shape or form connected to the case. What the fuck does Turtle Boy's divorce has anything to do with anything? What the fuck does whether or not Turtle Boy is abusive towards women even? That has nothing to do with the case. It has nothing to do with it. Because even if he was abusive to women generally, even if he was, I have seen no proof of this. When he was accused of it, the person who accused him of it turned out to be a real fucking shitbag liar, didn't she? So what the fuck am I supposed to think? But here's the thing. I'm not sitting there racking my brain going, oh my God, is Turtle Boy a woman beater? Or I'm not doing that. You know why? Because it's none of my fucking business. It's not. It's none of my fucking business. This dude's personal life, if he's doing that shit, somebody's going to fucking report him and they're going to fucking catch him. It's that simple. It's that simple. It is not my business. Those things, because those are not things that are relevant to Karen Reed's guilt or innocence. Now, if it was relevant, if those things were true in the case in which that he was publicly accused of, if that were true, it would be a different story. But what this does is the fact that it was done by a liar, that he was accused by a liar, and she was recorded, and his attorney now, Mark Betterow, writes letters to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, to the Norfolk County DA's office, telling them, hey, this is what we intend to do. We're just letting you know, as a professional courtesy, we're going to put Mello on the stand, and we're going to give Mello the chance to recuse himself from this case. Now, they wouldn't do that unless they could prove it. They wouldn't do that unless they could take that shit right to the bank. They would not write that check if they couldn't cash it. Betterow's not that kind of guy. I can tell. He's not that stupid. So these things only make me look at Turtle Boy as more of a victim. And you know what's really funny about it is a lot of the reason why people get so mad about this is because Turtle Boy keeps winning, and Turtle Boy is loud as fuck about it. He's loud as fuck about it. He's arrogant as fuck about it. And you know what? I fucking love it. Good for him. Because guess what? That shit's not going to bite me in the ass. That shit's got nothing to do with me. To me, it's just entertainment. He's being entertaining. This is his job. This is what he does. It's no different than me sitting up here and doing fucking impressions. It's no different. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck shouldn't he not? Why the fuck should he not celebrate every time his haters fucking go for fucking him up and then he comes out on top because he wasn't in the wrong? And just because he's arrogant and he behaves a way that you don't like, you want him to be wrong so bad. But the dude is practically infallible. And he's a dick about it. But he's earned being a dick about it. And even if he was a dick about it before he earned it, it makes it even more fun to see him be a dick about it now. Because it makes you guys so fucking mad. It fucking makes me, it just makes me feel, what did I say on Twitter? I said it makes me feel Christmassy. That was the right word. Like all crisp, warm fireplace with the smell of wood burning and, you know, cookies. Seeing you fucking hateful, fucking visceral, fucking toxic fucks get so angry over somebody just winning because you don't like them is fucking hilarious to me. I love it. I don't root for Turtle Boy because we're friends. I root for Turtle Boy because it bothers the shit out of you. The same reason why he gloats. It's the same fucking reason. Because I like to see you whiny fucks squirm. I love it. Makes me happy. It's the same reason I like, dude, I don't like Trump. You know how many times you've heard me say that? I don't like Trump, but I love watching him win this election, dude. I'm still loving watching him win this election. I'm fucking loving that shit. I don't even like Trump. Now, I'm glad he won because I do think he's the right guy for the presidency. I do believe that. That is absolutely true. But I don't like the guy. That is a fact. But the fact is that I love seeing him win because it makes so many petty, fucking entitled, whiny cunts so mad. Doesn't make me mad in the slightest bit. I mean, yeah, it's really funny. Like, and they don't understand this. You know how nice it is, dude? You know how nice it is to not be so fucking hateful? Like, it comes with the luxury of seeing hateful people and laughing at them. Like, some people you feel sorry for, you know, because they're good people, they're just hateful. You know what I mean? Like, I feel sorry for Shawn. You know what I mean? I like Shawn. I think he's a good person. I do believe that Shawn has a good heart. I just think he's fucking full of shit. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying he's full of shit. I'm saying he's in this shit for himself. And that's it. And it's okay. It's okay to have an angle for yourself. It's okay. Of course. Like, I want my channel to grow. People are like, oh, you know, there was this one fucking idiot that just kept sticking up for Shawn all day, claiming he was former law enforcement. And he was like, oh, if the money stopped, then you would be gone. No, that's simply not true. The fact is that I have been doing this for so long and so consistently that my channel has naturally grown to this point. I have earned my progress on YouTube. I have earned my stripes. This is what this is. I have a show and I wasn't monetized for ages. Thank you, Cherry. I have gotten to this point by consistency and integrity. And completely and totally transparent. That is something that I'm very proud of. I have always been upfront and transparent to my audience, always. Because to some degree, you guys are my friends. Now, the thing is Shawn got all proud and got all, he got all happy about the fact that it was proven that this Eddie Richards guy wasn't him. Cool. So he calls me out. He invites me on his show. Now, here's the thing. I'm willing to have a conversation with Shawn. This is all on Twitter, by the way. I'm willing to have a conversation with Shawn, but I'm not willing to go on his channel and do it. Because if we're all sitting here talking about the fact that Shawn has not fucking done a goddamn thing for Karen Reed, except for rally people up, get them all hyped, I mean, that's something. You know what I mean? It's great. But I'm hearing them start to flip-flop. And so the only thing that I care about, because I don't care about his feelings about Turtle Boy. I don't care about Turtle Boy's feelings about him. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is the impact that what he did had on the community, because the community has been at it. There are mostly everybody who is fighting today were actually Free Karen Reed supporters. Yeah, that's what was troubling. There's a lot of good people that were commenting who felt really caught in the middle. Like, please, guys, this is shitty. This sucks. And the truth is, this is drama community bullshit. This is stuff that I'm trying to get away from. But the thing is, though, because I like Shawn, here's the thing. Because I like Shawn, I'm willing to talk to him. But he's got to do it here. He's got to do it here. And here's how I will do this. I will demonetize it. I will demonetize it. I won't even monetize it. I will turn super chats off. I can't turn off memberships. I don't know how to do that unless I can figure it out. But I can't turn off the memberships for it. I don't know why. I've tried that before and I can't. But if there's a way, I'll figure it out. Okay. The whole point is not to make any money for myself off of this whatsoever. What will happen, though, is it will be behind a paywall. It will be a private link, and you will have to email Cherry a minimum $10 donation receipt for the give send go of either Turtle Boy's Defense Fund or Karen Reed's, whichever one you choose to donate to. Okay? So that's what I'm willing to do. Period. That's the only way. Because if not, see, the reason why I'm putting that stipulation there is because Shawn has said that he believes Turtle Boy is innocent of what he was. He believes Turtle Boy is being railroaded. He believes the Better O letters, right? Okay. I'm of the opinion that if the Better O letters are true, and I believe they are, that this also will help prove. This has opened the door to proving the corruption in the Karen Reed case. I truly believe this. So, if Shawn believes Karen Reed is innocent and he believes justice would be served by her acquittal and her case being dismissed, if he truly believes that, and he truly believes that Turtle Boy was being railroaded in order to be okay. Sorry about that. I'm using my phone as a hotspot. My power went off and came back on again, but there's a storm outside, so I guess that's what happened. And so the router had to reboot, everything like that. So I'm plugged onto my phone as a hotspot though, which I've never done before. So that's actually kind of cool. So yeah, right on. So we're gonna keep going. So what I'm saying is, and thank you guys for waiting. I appreciate it. So what I'm saying is, excuse me. Wow. Energy drinks are woo. Okay. So what I'm saying though is if Shawn truly believes that, if this isn't personal about Aiden, then he would agree to this. He would agree to this no problem. That's why wouldn't he do that? Because otherwise, I have no interest in talking to him. I mean, I have no interest in hearing what he has to say. He has his own channel. If he has shit to say, then he can use that. He can use his own fucking channel. He's got over 33,000 fucking subs. He can absolutely do this on his own channel. So, you know, like, but if he wants to talk to me, well, then he's got to do it here. And it's got to be to the benefit of both Turtle Boy and Karen Reed and their defense. And that's just for starters to prove to me that this isn't personal. Simple. Yeah, man. Calamity Jade's been a member for fucking ever. I think since I was able to even have memberships. Like, that's wild. It's been like years already. It's crazy. Calamity Jade is a big supporter. She's great. Fantastic. So yeah, like I mean, like I'm not trying to compare myself to like, one of these really huge like anchors or whatever, but I'm saying like if somebody was doing what I was doing, right? You know, would you demand that they start doing it for free? You know what I'm saying? Like if if Vinnie Politan was screaming Karen Reed is innocent, right? And saying all the things I'm saying, would people be going, "Oh yeah, Vinny, do it for free"? You know what I mean? Like, I have a YouTube channel. I was talking about other things with this YouTube channel and running my channel the same way before I started talking about this case. Why should I run it any differently when talking about this case? So any of you people who keep saying that shit to me, go fuck your mother. Go fuck your mother, go fuck yourselves. Like it's just that simple. So, yeah. Like I don't have to share links to donations. As a matter of fact, I don't like doing it. I mean, I like doing it for this because I believe in it so much. I love sharing these links to Karen Reed and Turtle Boys Defense Fund, but ask Cherry how I feel about fucking GoFundMe's and any of that other shit being shared in my chat. Before this, that was a strict fucking no, as a matter of fact. Tell me I'm wrong, Cherry, right? That was a big fat fucking NO, big red stop sign sharing fucking links in my chat for fucking fundraising shit. Couldn't stand it. I wanted nothing to do with it. Yeah, Leah Baker says she remembers. Yeah, like, dude. Yeah, you people don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, go fuck a goat. I mean, dude, like, and again, I don't. And here's the thing is the reason why my channel grows is because the formula that I use is genuine passion. Every case that I've ever talked about, I was genuinely passionate about. Every single case. I've never been more passionate about another case. Maybe there was one other one, but I feel like it's about the same. But this is so much, and I never got so close to so many people. Like it's just really cool. I've never traveled for another case before. That I've never done. I've never gotten on a fucking plane for any other case. That has never happened. And so far, I've done it twice, and it's because I want to. It's because I love it. It's because I want to be a part of it. Like I just simply saw the second time. It just fell into place. I was in Chicago. I was planning on going home. I had a flight to go home. I heard Turtle Boy was reminded that Turtle Boy had a hearing, and I was like, let me look into this and let me see if I can change my flight. Change my flight. Cost a little more, but that was okay because I didn't spend as much as I'd planned on spending while I was in Chicago. So I was like, I can absolutely do this. And I was happy to do it. And it was one of the best times I ever had. From the moment that I sat down with Turtle Boy, had lunch with him and Meredith, to the point where we walked up to the courthouse, said hello to everyone, took pictures, signed autographs, to when I went to dinner with Bettero, Turtle Boy, Mike, Brian, Richie, Nurse Kim, Mazza, Nathan, and Kelly. To the time that I even got on the plane. I had a great time. Melissa, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. So, I mean, like, it's not. That's the thing is I take some of these things personally. It's one of the reasons I got so upset on Twitter today was because people were saying shit that made me mad. Like, because they just didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. Things that I definitely took offense to and I fell for. Thank you, Michelle Smith, for becoming a new member. And it was like, because, and that's the reason I'm bringing this up, is because, like, these are people defending Shawn, and Shawn never did any of this shit. And they're and the whole time they're talking to me about doing this for money. Not one time did I ever sit up here and go, hey guys, I got a trip coming up to Boston. Can you guys fucking any help? Any bit of help counts. I never once fucking did that shit. You motherfuckers never knew I was coming to Boston either time that I went. You know what I mean? Like, so that shit was fucking infuriating to hear someone, they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. So that's my stipulation. Shawn's the one who's got something to prove here, not me. Shawn's the one who's got something to prove to the community, not me. So if Shawn wants to come up here and he's got something he wants to fucking say to me, yeah, you're gonna say it, but God damn it, I'm not stooping myself to that fucking level without it benefiting Karen and Turtle Boy somehow. That's not gonna happen, because that's why I'm in this, to help them. Period. If you have a fucking problem with that, fuck off. That's my terms. That's it. You come up here and say whatever the fuck you want. But that's how that's going to go down. Otherwise, you're in my rearview mirror and getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I'm perfectly okay with that. That is exactly why I create boundaries here on YouTube. Because, homie, you're not the first. You know how many motherfuckers I've gone through that I liked and then turned out to be fucking disappointments? Do you know how many motherfuckers that's been? Ask Cherry that one. I had a motherfucker that faked his suicide. And me and a few other creators fucking sleuthed and found out he was fucking lying about it. Had his girlfriend announce it. And we outed his ass for it. Probably the most people I've ever had in my chat. Dude, I had somewhere around like 20,000 people in my chat. It was insane. It was fucking insane. Yeah, that's cold. Exactly. That's the lowest fucking thing anybody's done here on YouTube yet that I've ever seen, is fake their suicide. Make the community think that they killed themselves. It was fucking gross. So I've seen people, and this is not somebody who I would have expected was capable of doing that. You know what I mean? I don't know what I So Shawn doing this ain't fucking new to me, dude. I've had people fucking fake cancer. Dude, you people have no fucking idea, dude. It's been a long 5 years on YouTube, homie. It's been a long 5 years on this bitch. I know these streets better than anybody, dude, in this community. Besides maybe Turtle Boy. Maybe. I see so much shit. I seen somebody, when I first got on here, I seen somebody fucking swat themselves. Try to blame it on somebody else. Called the cops on themselves. Made sure they were live while the cops showed up so that they could blame somebody else for it. And that's the kind of crazy shit I've seen people do here. This shit, dude. Shawn, this is just a fucking reminiscence of back in the day. That's all this Shawn bullshit is to me. You know what I mean? Is it disappointing? Yeah, but I'm gonna move on from it like that. So I'm doing Shawn a favor. If he wants to redeem himself in any way, shape, or form, I'll give him the chance to do it. Or he could try to do it on his own channel. That's fine too. I mean, he's got the platform to do it. But, you know, I mean, I'm going to give him an opportunity. But if he wants to do it with me, then he's got to do it here. And he's got to do it under those terms. Period. No fucking ways around it. Because I don't give a fuck enough about him anymore to negotiate with him about it. I don't. Oh my God, dude. You know, I almost hid you just out of principle just for saying that word, but I'm not going to be a dick. Brenda Price. Fucking, I'm so sick of that fucking word. It's so annoying. That's a word that I've been hearing on these YouTube streets. Anybody who disagrees, anybody, I got to stop doing that because like I know the mic picks it up real loud. Anybody who on these YouTube streets, dude, fucking like who's been around, like, and they say something that people don't like, they're automatically a narcissist. He's a narcissist. Shawn's not a fucking narcissist, okay? I'll tell you that right now. Shawn on the Gulf, Shawn McDonough is not a fucking narcissist, okay? I'll tell you that right now. Stop it with the fucking, he's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. I've seen all this toxic male narcissist behavior before. Shut up. Please. Shawn is not a narcissist, dude, okay? I think the opposite. I mean, I think that Shawn likes attention, you know what I mean? But I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, I think he likes attention, but like, you know, he also has a lot of empathy. Narcissists don't have empathy. He has empathy for other people. You know, he just feels sorry for himself too goddamn much. That's all that is. That's my opinion anyway. My observation is that he's just a guy who fucking feels sorry for himself too goddamn much. He needs to fucking snap out of it. You know? Like, look at his gripe. His gripe is what? Turtle Boy this, Turtle Boy that. Shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And fucking Karen Reed didn't fucking say, I'm sorry about your family passing. You know? So, like, You know, I don't think he's a bad-hearted guy. I just think he's full of shit. And he's got his own issues, and he just lacks a very unhealthy level of self-awareness. You know, we all lack self-awareness to some degree. You know what I mean? Scariest fucking person to look at is yourself. I mean, that's just a fact. It's just a really difficult thing to be honest with yourself, you know? That's something we all have to, you know, if you're going to be in any way, shape, or form self-aware, you have to acknowledge that one fact. So, you know, but I think that he's lacking self-awareness to a more toxic degree, you know. And I don't know. And then, you know, and I see people like there's a lot of comments about, oh, well, he's drinking, and I'm just like, or he's a drunk, and it's just like, okay, first of all, look, listen. I hear that he's in recovery. Okay. I'm not about to accuse somebody of relapsing when they're in recovery when I don't have any proof of that, because that's a hell of a fucking thing to accuse somebody of. You know, that's a big deal. That's a serious, shitty thing to fucking point finger at somebody and judge them for if they are saying they're in recovery if you don't have proof. You know what I mean? So I won't do that, you know? And here's the other point is I don't give a shit. That's none of my business. You know what I mean? Like, that's none of my fucking business. What the guy fucking does or what he puts in his body, it's none of my fucking business. I don't care. That's between him and his loved ones, dude. You know what I mean? Thank you, Lala. I sit up straighter when you have the hat on. Love your truth. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Well, no, and then people want to psychologically break them down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just talking about behavioral observations I'm making. You know what I mean? That's all I'm doing. But I'm not trying to diagnose the guy with anything. Only people talking about he's narcissistic and, you know, and then somebody just said he's got personality disorder. Like, I don't know that shit. You don't know that shit. The why is none of our fucking business. The whole point is whether or not this is a good look for fucking Karen Reed. You know what I mean? That's what this is all about. You have a guy who had a shit ton of followers, and all of a sudden he fucking turns on her and starts sharing private fucking text between them to the fucking world. And that shit isn't cool. You know, debate Shawn on my show and I'll be neutral. Only if you put it behind the same paywall that I said. That's it. No. Fuck that. My terms are still the same. It has to be here. I don't trust anybody else to do things the way that I have them worked out in my mind. So I appreciate the offer, but no, it has to be here. So yeah, I like. It's none of anybody's fucking business if Shawn's drinking or not. I don't give a shit if Shawn's drinking or not. You know? Like, that's not cool. If I don't have, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't see him fucking take a swig out of a bottle while he's having a rant, I'm not going to say shit about his drinking. I don't care. And even still, I'm going to go, that's still not an excuse. You know what I mean? You can't be something you're not. Be yourself. By yourself, stay away from me, respect, take a walk, Shawn. Okay, thank you so much, BLT. Yeah, like that. I don't give a fuck about that, man. That's none of my business, dude. That's none of your business neither. The fuck this guy does behind the scenes, dude. You know what I mean? Like, what matters is like what he's saying publicly, and the thing is you know, if he's going to sit here and try to throw all this weight around to add validity to the shitty things he's saying about Karen and Turtle Boy, well, I'm just going to break down his credibility just as well. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real about where this is coming from. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, this guy's pissed off, but let's look at his motives for even talking about this in the first place. Let's look at his behavior this entire time. Oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah, you know, I always skip that song. I know that's the lyrics to Walk. It didn't register because I always skip that song. I don't know why I've always hated that song. Da, 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 da. Like I just it just always bothered me, so I always skip it. I'm definitely more of a fucking hostile guy. You know, Mouth of War. Those are my jams. You know what I mean? um, Great Southern Trendkill. That's my shit. Like this is, yeah. Walk is just like I don't know. I don't know why it's such a crowd favorite, but it's whatever. Yeah, Radio Pantera. Good. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Well put, Bob Weir. Um, what's up, Street Squirrel? Yeah, Cowboys from Hell's good shit. Of course. No, okay. Calamity Jade, here. I let's hear what you have to say here. Grief can make you do things, anything else I couldn't speculate. Bummer, it seems to have made a divide. I remember when you played him the first time, it was a great perspective. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to take away from the good things that Shawn has done. I'm saying that Shawn has fucked up the credibility for himself. He's fucked up the validity of the good things that he's done. I didn't do that. Turtle Boy didn't fucking do that. He did that shit himself. Dude, everything that I've been doing up here, imagine all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just start bitching and moaning about Turtle Boy and Karen Reed, and none of it has anything to do with the case. None of it has anything to do with fucking anything. It's all personal and stupid. Right? What the fuck would you guys think of me if I did that? How much of a contrast from what you know me to be would that be? And then think about how much it would fucking bother you. Especially those of you who are like, man, you fucking, I think it and you say it and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Imagine if I just all of a sudden just started fucking just shitting all over people who have done, who have been like totally, dude, we're talking about two people who have suffered the most through this entire fucking thing, dude. Whether you like them or not, it doesn't matter. Karen Reed is innocent, and she has had to go through a trial. She just had to face the SJC. Dude, Karen Reed can't be out in fucking public. She's been accused of fucking her lawyer. I mean, and then you've got Turtle Boy, who's been accused of beating women, then does 2 months in jail after being charged, gets blasted by the news and never credited for ever doing any actual, for actually being the one to actually uncover really fucking exculpatory evidence for Karen Reed. And look, you know what I mean? Like these people, and you're, and I start fucking just whining and bitching about that I didn't get a fucking sympathy text from one of them. You know what I'm saying? Shawn is acting like Farver from Super Troopers. Oh my god. silly, man. It's just fucking silly, dude. That's why I'm just like, all right, man, you know, at this point, like nothing you're gonna say now. Like you've been tattooed. You tattooed yourself with that shit. The internet's forever, bro. We're all accountable for the words that come out of our mouth. Now you could probably fix it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. I don't know. But that's up to you, man. You know what I mean? I mean, that's between you and the community. You know what I'm saying? That's between you and the community. If you want to like, you know, somehow save your fucking name in some way, dude, you know, that's between you and the community. I'm not going to be the one to tell you how to do it. I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, okay, at this point, like now I just don't even give a shit, you know? Like I don't give a fuck about anything Shawn has to say. But my terms are my terms. If he's willing to do that, let's do it. But that's the terms. That's the terms. All right. Phone lines are open if anybody wants to call in. I mean, the thing is like, yeah, like, you know, if he can do good for justice here, man, then right on, you know, but what's he really done? You know?
Call from
Cindy.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Cindy?
What's up, Cindy?
Hey, I watched a few trials and I was looking for something and I saw the Kieran Reed trial and I was like, oh, that looks boring. But I couldn't find anything, so I started watching it. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
And the opening statements of the trial, I was like, what in the world is going on? So I just started watching it, and the next thing I'm down this rabbit hole and watching, I found Turtle Boy. And what I liked about it was no matter, you know, the country is so divided and it was just like corruption, everybody can get behind that and kind of found a family. And I don't know, I just think, I don't know what Shawn's doing, but I feel sad about it because we were so united and now
it's disappointing. That's what it is, right? Like you're saying we were so united and everything. So when he comes out with this petty bullshit, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, we're over here, bro. Where are you, dude? We're over here. What are you doing?
It's such a nice thing to have people that can unite around one thing.
Right.
And he just ruins it. I don't know, because his feelings, I feel bad for him, but I feel bad for the community because I kind of found a home here.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I feel more bad for the community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at this point, that's why I'm just like ready to move on from it. You know, like my terms are my terms. If Shawn wants to have this conversation, that's how it's got to be done. Because I'm only going to do this if it somehow benefits Karen and Turtle Boy. Because that's why we're here. Period.
Exactly.
Not interested in the drama. I'm over it. I'm ready to move on.
I know. And Turtle Boy, I mean, I gotta tell you, sometimes he goes over the line, but sometimes that it needs to be done, and it
Yeah. like there's things Turtle Boy does that I'd never do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not denying that. But
but a part of me is like,
has he been
right
wrong?
on.
Right. Has he been wrong? And like what do you do? And who else is doing anything? If there was somebody else that was doing something, if there was somebody else who was actually doing something and getting the same information he was getting and being nicer about it, you know, okay, then there'd be an argument there. But until then, until that person shows up, shut the fuck up and let Turtle Boy do his thing, dude. That's what he, you know.
Exactly. Anyway, I don't want to keep you. I just wanted to say that. Thank you, and I watch your show all the time and love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So thank you very much.
Thanks, Cindy. You're awesome. Appreciate you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Dude, Cindy was awesome, man. Oh, yeah.
Call.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, it's Christy.
Hi, Christy.
I'm a Walpole adjacent, first time ever weighing in.
Right on. Okay.
But I have to say, the Shawn thing has never made sense to me.
Really?
I mean, I know I feel like I got like he's kind of like your crazy grandpa.
He
is. But you know, he's like a cop and he's got experience and he's like a father figure. But he's never made sense.
Yeah, like I found that
totally charming, but like no information coming out of him.
Not anything that it was ever
other than
verified,
like some cringy slurs.
Right. There was nothing that was ever
the
verified.
Mofos.
The point. Like it was very informative, but it never became informative. Like it was entertaining because it seemed informative, but it never came to fruition as far as proof. Like you never.
Yeah, it was just an edge. It was like a 2-hour. Let me tell you a story. And I also used to live in Roslindale and Jamaica Plain. Oh, he's going to tell us a story about some gay hookups happening back in the 70s? No. He's just making weird innuendos about the disco days in bars I hung out with, but like nothing was ever concrete. And his tweets were even less intelligible.
Right.
So I guess I just don't understand quite like the full drama about it, beyond that he seems to be a spiraling grandpa.
That's what I mean.
Like I would feel bad if he was like someone.
I feel like he's just so proud.
Like they would take care of him.
Like not like he doesn't know when to pull the reins and go, okay, wait a second. Because like he had a meltdown before. He had a meltdown.
But isn't he just bored?
Ago.
Isn't he like down in Florida and just trying to get?
Nobody remembers this when he had a fucking meltdown after Turtle Boy got out of jail. He had this meltdown about Turtle Boy. He was like, no, I don't trust you. And you're talking to me on your devices. You were just in jail, blah, blah, blah. And then he started like basically like accusing Turtle Boy.
Well, I think that's when my first was like, who the fuck is this guy that everyone's
for the MS
talking about?
It was crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like I came out to it kind of late. Like I didn't start really tuning in until the trial was underway.
Right.
And I was like, who is this Shawn in the Gulf that everyone's revering? And kind of, like when I went back to like the origination of the Turtle Boy tweets, it seemed like they were on bad terms. And I like tried to catch up with some of his old YouTubes, and it was unwatchable. Like he couldn't even get the technology to work. And then when it was
I always
ranting.
This boomer shit.
He's like,
I have trouble with my computer too, man. I've got a fucking MacBook Pro.
No, not like him.
I got a MacBook Pro that I don't even know how to use. You know what I mean? Like
no, his is like zoomed in on one pore on his face. I mean, it made me feel like secondhand embarrassment. Like, oh, who's letting their dad do? You know what I mean? Like someone needs to.
I mean, that's.
But then I was like, okay, that's kind of the cuteness. That's fine. It's sweet. he's got this like super inside intel, but then he starts like going off on everybody, and it just seems kind of like I don't know. I have grandparents that are disowning half of the family and like having spin outs too. So it kind of reminded me of that. And like,
it just seems
like I feel like it's like giving it too much attention.
Yeah, and the reason why everybody's so upset about it is because it's such a petty thing that involves such a real, super serious thing. You
Is
know,
it because
like,
of his brother? Because Karen didn't say sorry about your brother?
yeah, that's what he says. He says
But
that
that's like,
that's
she's
what I
got a lot
mean.
going on. And also, you're old, and all your siblings are going to die.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, I'm not even close to that old, and people are dying.
I don't want to be a dick, right? But you're kind of taking the words out of my mouth here. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a dick, but we all lose people. That's part of life. You know what I mean? You'd think the older you got, the better you'd handle it. You know?
Well, and
especially
this is
being
going to
somebody
what you were saying about the narcissist thing. So, like, I have actually a mother who is a narcissist.
Of course
and
you do.
Of all the people I know, everyone's always being accused of being a narcissist. That he kind of does remind me, like needing to be the victim.
I mean, just because
all
someone might
sudden,
have
you know?
narcissistic qualities doesn't mean
No,
that they're
yeah,
a
right,
narcissist.
absolutely, absolutely.
You know what
no,
I mean?
I'm not saying he's
like,
a malignant narcissist. I'm not diagnosing him,
yeah.
but that is a quality. Like,
I mean,
being a victim, like making a whole
but
thing.
that's a quality
to be a
of
victim.
that's a quality of most people. You know what I mean?
No, it's
like
not.
I'm telling you,
God.
I'm telling you, it is, dude. Like it is.
Upsetting.
That's right. That's a very, very common defense mechanism. There's a very
Well, we need
there's
to
a very fair balance
root it out.
of fight or flight types. There's a very fair balance of that in our society. And you know, and if there isn't, it's definitely weighing more on the side of the flight type. You know what I mean? And people just
did he say something that was wrong? Did he have like a
people
tip
as a
that
last
turned out to not be
resort?
true?
People as a last resort, as a last resort defense mechanism, will play victim. Like I see this all the time. I see it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like in more serious cases, but he's going out of his way to be the victim. He's calling attention to a thing that obviously, like,
I've seen worse. I don't know.
No one's
I've seen
wishing
worse.
your brother was dead, but like, yeah.
I'm
saying, like, did he actually like make a gas and have a tip that wasn't true, like a proctor being fired kind of thing?
That's what he did.
That caused the recoiling of.
Okay, what happened was he did a live stream. People leave this part out of the timeline. He did a live stream and he started ranting about Karen Reed, Nick Rocco, Turtle Boy, you know, and he just, yeah. And then it wasn't long after that.
Yeah, like a list of grievances.
Yeah, you know, when he did a couple of posts where he was like, oh, I stand by what I said, but blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, he started talking about building up to talking to Kate Peter and anyone on that side. I'm willing to talk to anybody, blah, 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 that kind of shit. And then he posts the confirmed Michael Proctor is fired in all caps, and right. And then Christina Rex of NBC 10 of all people had to, he called out Jen Altman too, right? CBS 10, Christina Rex of all people of CBS 10 had to fucking go and investigate it, and then she disproved it. She was like, no, I have sources in the MSP. It's not true. Right?
You should get Christina Rex on your debates.
I met her once.
A three-way.
Neither one of us were very
kind of interesting.
Neither one of us were very impressed. Lana, thank you so much. Hi from the UK. I'm having chemo and I've watched you all while recovering. Although I've never met you, I feel like I know you all. You all give me something to look forward to. God bless you all. You are an absolute legend. Wow. No, you're a legend, Lana. Hey, can I get some love in the chat for Lana going through chemo right now? I believe in the power of prayer, people. I do. I actually do, believe this or not. So if you are people who pray then put some praying hands in the chat for Lana, please, because that's a hell of a thing. That's a hell of a fight. She's fighting the hardest battle there is right now. And all of a sudden, our stupid little problems seem that much more stupid. So we love you, Lana. Thank you.
Call.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, this is Brian. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Brian. How are you?
Oh, good, thanks. We spoke for about 3 or 4 times a little while back.
Okay.
And I'm retired from law enforcement.
Okay.
And,
yeah, I remember speaking with you, Brian.
Gotcha. Always a pleasure. But getting to Shawn here, it's just embarrassing.
Yeah,
to put the stuff on the internet, like the private conversations.
There's no other reason to do that than other for attention. What good did that do?
Exactly.
You know what
here's
I mean?
the other thing too. Here, I agree. And the thing is, anybody that's ever worked in law enforcement, or anybody in the media, or anybody that has a platform on the internet, you never out sources. That is just asinine.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, what's the motivating factor behind that?
And just the conversation that he had with Kate Peter was just like so telling, you know, like if he hadn't done that, we'd still be debating on like, okay, well, fuck, man, Shawn, like, I hope you snap out of it. You know what I mean? But that conversation with Kate Peter was just like, okay, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You know,
yeah. And I watched it, via your show, and he lost me at, well, if she's convicted, then that's justice for John. I was like, what?
He totally said that. And somebody made the argument saying, okay, well, Shawn fumbles over his words sometimes, but.
Well, yeah, but because he's like all over the map.
But the problem with that is that that's a serious word fumble there. You know what I mean? And B, sure. I don't think that was the case, because he followed that up with another statement saying, if there's a hung jury or a mistrial, then John O'Keefe doesn't get justice. So it kind of solidified his statement. He was like, if Karen Reed is convicted, then John O'Keefe gets justice. But if there's a mistrial, then she doesn't get justice. That's what he said. Those were his words.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So I don't think that was a fumbling of words. He knew exactly what he was saying.
Right. So it makes me wonder, was that just a Freudian slip and he was thinking out loud?
That's what it sounded like to me.
And that's what I got of it. I could be wrong, but that was basically my take on that. I don't understand it, though. I mean, everybody that's involved in the movement. I mean,
hold on one second. I got to address this comment here. Peter,
you got it, buddy.
Peter Taylor is saying, stop giving him an out time after time. Listen, I'm always going to be fair here, Peter Taylor. I don't know if you're new here, but I'm always going to be fair. Like, I will always play devil's advocate so that I can tell myself that I seriously was objective and I'm not jumping to any unfair conclusions. So if you don't like me playing devil's advocate, and if you don't like me being fair and pointing out good points from someone who I disagree with, well, then you're on the wrong channel, because we play fair here and we don't play a rigged game here. Okay? So know that moving forward. You're welcome here, but you better know that about this channel. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, no problem. You're on a roll there for a minute. I thought you were going to tell him to fuck his mother.
No. Peter Taylor hadn't earned that yet. He's all right still. Peter Taylor's all right.
I was still laughing about your comment from earlier. I was in tears almost.
Dude, I mean, I don't know what else I gotta tell people, dude. Like, you know,
Well, some people just don't get it. You're almost like talking to a brick wall.
it's so funny. Like, it's
You know,
crazy.
some people shouldn't be able to leave the house and chew gum and check the mailbox at the same time.
Silly.
But yeah, you know, and the thing is everybody, all you content creators on here, on this side of the aisle, are doing the absolute right thing.
Yeah.
You're
that's how I feel about it.
Supporting Karen.
I mean,
Boy.
except for the guy with the Eddie Richards sock account, that was a dick move. I don't care what anybody thinks of that, dude. That was a dick move. You know what I mean? Like,
oh sure,
that was fucking childish, dude. It's a grown man making sock accounts and trolling, dude. Like, stop it, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any. I do not own one sock account. I never I want you to know who's insulting you. It's important to me that you know who the fuck is insulting you. You know, like, I don't understand people who don't feel the same way.
I don't know. A lot of people hide behind the keyboard, just the way of the world, but they have no balls and no courage of their convictions.
Agreed.
You know, 9 out of 10 times they can't back up what they say. So
a sock account is a fake. Is an account under a fake name, a fake anonymous troll, you know, someone real brave behind, you know. To me, it's the same as a fucking as an Antifa guy in a mask breaking a fucking window for no good reason. You know what I mean? Like, that's it's you're the same kind of scum, except even lower, because you're on the internet. Like, you're not even in person. Like, you're not even like, you're just a fucking pussy. Seriously.
Yeah, well, that's the problem nowadays. Is too many men are pussies.
Agreed.
They get butthurt and they cry over the dumbest shit.
Right. It's so fucking funny, dude.
And they want to understand it. Like,
and they want to be hoisted up and fucking praised for just doing the most simplest kind thing. Like, dude, oh wow. You want a fucking trophy for not being a dick? Awesome, bro. For not being a selfish prick for once? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what Shawn's doing. I don't know what he's thinking. Obviously, he's not thinking. But I did watch his show several times. And, you know, like you, I like to keep an open mind and listen to what people have to say before, you know, jump out. You don't want to just jump to conclusions. So I'm thinking to myself, well, here this guy is. He's retired DEA. He must have something to bring to the table, right?
Yeah.
And the guy does.
You would think
the guy does. You know, the guy's pretty knowledgeable. But the thing that
I don't really doubt that he's DEA. Like, there's certain things about his behavior that make me doubt it. You know what I mean? But certain things,
he doesn't.
Certain other things that he says make me go, okay, you know, that sounds very coppish. You know?
No, exactly. I agree. There's certain things where I'm like, okay, yep, that's spot on.
Like, right, you're law enforcement, you know. So
yeah, but there's other things where it's just way off the rails. So I'm like, I'm trying to sit here and picture like what he would be as an agent. Was he like a total off the rails cowboy or what? You know what I mean? Because the guy is pretty hot headed.
Right. Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Is he gonna sit there? Oh, hey, let me play good cop, and then 2 seconds later he's strangling the guy.
Yeah, who knows, man?
You know what
I mean, he was a Fed dude and working in Costa Rica. Who knows what kind of fucking like interrogation tactics took place and shit?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm kidding, but yeah.
No, right. I'll be good cop.
He is a little hot-headed.
Yeah, I just need a decline bench, a bucket of water, and a towel.
Right. Yeah, it's just that's what it is. It's just like I hold him to a higher standard because he's former DEA. You know what I mean? And it's just like, dude, come on, man. You know, I'm not even doubting that he actually has sources. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
I'm not doubting
I'm
that
not
either.
even doubting that. Like I'm
What,
making jokes because he hasn't fucking produced any fucking
well,
results.
that's what I
You
don't
know?
like. Where he's always talking about nuggets and this and this and that. Everything's like a puzzle, like a riddle. You know what? If you have the information and you're holding it close to the vest, then just don't say anything.
Right.
When you say you have all this information and nothing comes to fruition, I mean,
And then
you know,
the one thing that you say that's actually definite, right?
Yep.
And you put it in writing and put it out, and it's big news like Proctor's name. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like that
sure.
should better be true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it
You
turns
know,
out it's not. Like, and then
yeah,
he's like, well, you know, when he turns out to be fired, then you're gonna see who the real mofo was, and blah blah. Like,
I mean,
we
I
know
could
he's
have
gonna
told
get
you he was
fired.
going to be fired 3 months ago.
Right. We all know he's
You know
gonna
what I
get
mean?
fired. It's just a matter of time.
Right. Now, one thing I will say, but I bet you that it's not the case. But just my experience in law enforcement, especially dealing with union contracts, different bargaining agreements, state labor boards, I've seen it on more than one occasion, several occasions, where people actually get terminated, right? But the termination doesn't take effect for like 2 weeks. It seems kind of funny you're giving somebody a 2-week notice that you're fucking shit canned, right?
Yeah,
But
I mean, I guess
just
it depends on the circumstances, but
that's just the way that some union contracts are.
sure.
But so I don't think that's the case with such a high profile case like this. It's going to be they would be doing themselves even more of a disservice than they already have, the MSP, by not releasing and being transparent.
Right.
I just don't think they're going to say, "Hey, you're fired," but we're not going to announce anything for 3 months from now. No, I'm not buying that.
That's not. I mean, well,
They're not.
they kind of did.
That,
they kind of did that with Kevin Albert.
Well, yeah, but that's Canton, But
that's
especially
Canton. That's not the MSP, right?
Right. But you got to keep in mind too. They have that new state police colonel. Now, I don't know the guy from a hole in the wall. However, you don't want to come in and then start doing shady shit that would just solidify a lot of the opinions that were formed because of a few bad apples in this case. Well, not just this case, the Sandra Birchmore case, and I'm sure many others that were out of the Norfolk DA's office. Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you could hear that? Okay.
Yeah.
So if I mute, then they can't hear me, but you can. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I still, one thing that still baffles me is how is Morrissey surviving this?
I mean, that's the thing, is he's kicking and doggy paddling right now.
I think in any other state, though, the guy would be forced to step down.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
The thing is like everyone looks bad if that happens. They're going to avoid that at every cost. They're going to try to exhaust every other effort. And there's still efforts that can be exhausted in the Karen Reed case, which is just really funny because it's just making them look bad, that much more bad. It's making them, so it's just a double-edged sword for them. If they pull out of this right now, then that's it. Like they're pretty much admitting to wrongdoing. And then who knows who else looks bad? Who knows if somebody above Michael Morrissey looks bad and could be indictable? Who knows? So
the sad thing is just the governor of Massachusetts, before being governor, she was a state attorney general. And I find it very hard to believe that she hasn't gone over some of the ins and outs in this case. It's just too big of a case,
right?
And I just think that for whatever reason they got their heels dug in. They're doubling down. Kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, I
which
mean,
is
it's
which is
very simple. It's really just
yeah.
it's as simple as how Alan Jackson put it in that motion to dismiss and disqualify was,
Yep.
they feel that the only way Michael Morrissey is under federal investigation right now, and the only way and he's particularly being investigated for how he handled this case. So
Yep.
now, not just this case, but this has opened the door to other cases that he's involved in. But this particular case,
sure.
they have their eye on. So he figures that that if he wins this case, if he gets a conviction, that this somehow validates how the investigation was conducted. So, so if he gets this conviction, then it's going to look better for him once he's indicted. That he got this conviction. That's what he thinks.
Right.
So he's going to do everything he can to get it. And he has not exhausted every effort yet.
That's a stupid hill to die on, because
it's a ridiculous hill to die on.
It won't be tried in state court. It's going to be tried in federal court, and with a 98% conviction rate.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the fact is that he can't win this. That's the interesting part. Is he can't win this.
It's not defendable. You can't.
And everything that happens, everything that's already happened, the trial that should have never happened in the first place, everything like that is evidence, right? That everything that happened in that trial is evidence. Everything that happened since the trial is evidence, and everything that happened in the Turtle Boy's case is evidence, and everything that is going to happen in the new trial that shouldn't be happening is going to be evidence.
Exactly. And everybody's going to be held to their previous statements too.
Right.
And how many DAs are sending emails to judges from burner email accounts?
I mean right.
That's just unheard of.
Like, it's wild, and it's unheard of that he was caught. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy that it was Turtle Boy that got a hold of this. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. Like this is not something to be overlooked. You could sit here and hate Turtle Boy all you want, but the fact is that Turtle Boy, that piece of evidence, Turtle Boy is responsible for.
Right.
He is responsible for this piece of evidence that could absolutely help convict Michael Morrissey in a federal case.
I mean, and I think Turtle Boy gets a bad rap, but my opinion, he's got a method to the madness. Okay,
he does.
His style may not emulate a typical journalist, but the guy gets results.
He
brings receipts.
He does. And as long as he's consistent in doing that, he could be as flamboyant and wild as he fucking wants. He could be a wild card all the time. And it's better for him when he does, because it's going to become more lucrative for him. And I don't blame him for doing it. Why not? Why not have flair to your shit? Why be just why just be a boring writer? Why? Why not?
Exactly. Especially if you can walk the walk.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Why not? If you're going to investigate this and write about it, why not fucking sell it? You know what I mean? Like, he's just doing what any fucking good fucking person anybody in his position who's good at what they do would be doing. That's all he's doing. So, he has my respect in that regard. He's always going to have my respect in that regard.
Exactly. I mean, the guy backs it up time and time again. It's not just an isolated incident here. It's not an isolated incident here. It's consistent.
Right.
And
you know what I mean? Like, the dude's
I think that pisses people off.
Yeah, of course it pisses people off, and that's what's really funny. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm not having the same conversation as these people. These people are just like, do you condone these things that Turtle Boy has been accused of? And I'm like, I don't care about the things that Turtle Boy has been accused of. That shit is none of my business. I don't give a fuck about it.
I don't understand the relevancy
of
any of that.
I'm here
And,
talking
you
about
know,
a case. A woman is
Right.
being falsely accused of murder, dude. Murdering a cop.
Exactly.
That's
And-
what I'm
and-
concerned about.
And Turtle Boy is being accused by a pathological liar.
Right. Right.
And if people don't
I
know
have,
that
I
she's a
have
liar,
a few pathological liars, like a few of them. It's crazy. There's like a
Well-
gang of pathological liars that are trying to crucify this guy. You know?
well, exactly. Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you can't. I swear, you can't make this shit up. All the twists and turns in this case, it's just when you think you heard it all, just something more egregious pops up. There's nothing else like it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right, Brian, I'm going to take another caller, man. We've been talking for a long time, but I've enjoyed the conversation. But I want to give somebody else a chance to call in.
I do too, and I apologize for taking so much time.
No, man. Like, you're good.
As usual, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, always. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you. Take care. Be safe.
All right, you too. Bye.
Thank you.
Call from Kim.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will. Kim Robinson.
Hey, Kim Robinson.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. I just had a few things to share.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that really stood out when Shawn got on this thing, started going on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, is how the hell did he get those texts from TB and Natalie and all this? Well, the reason is because KP, Krusty Panties, sent those to him. Natalie.
How do you know that?
Well, it just goes with the timing. Natalie got pissed off that Karen released some information to KP. KP releases information to Shawn.
Yeah, but Shawn said he was in direct contact with Natalie too. So, I mean, he could have gotten those things from Natalie.
That's
Doesn't
what I'm
mean
saying.
He got them from KP.
Well, KP is intertwined in all this. She was going after Turtle Boy, and Natalie got pissed off at Karen, and then Shawn somehow got involved, and then he goes on Plevin's YouTube stream at the very beginning. I remember this.
See, that was another thing. I never understood why he kept humoring Plevin either. You know,
right?
Like I don't even understand how anybody.
And he still does.
I don't understand how anybody even reads through all of Plevin's tweets. You know what I mean? How anybody even has the patience to read through even one of them. I don't.
Right. And then he got really snarky about Turtle Boy and all his, his website posting things and, just going after people that are really bad people. And it just seems like he was playing both sides. Like he was trying to get inside, the, I don't know what you call it. But anyway, it was like he was playing detective. Okay. And really, and then now he's attacking everybody on Karen's side, and he's on their side now. And he had a lot of information with Leah or Lindsay and Leah.
Well, and some people, I gotta set the record straight here, because there were some people that were just like, and then Shawn went after the Glarer, and then Brian LTL, what the hell? And then,
well, that really pissed me off.
Well, I have to correct that because I said something first before Shawn even brought up my name in a negative fashion. I had
well, he knew he got.
I brought him up first, and so did Brian LTL. So.
Well, you were just stating the obvious of what he was doing,
right? But I'm saying it's not accurate.
Hurt.
It's not accurate to accuse him of dragging me and Brian LTL into his mess. Like that's not true. I inserted myself, and so did Brian. I chimed in because it was affecting the community, and I had thoughts. So I chimed in.
Right, and that's all and good. That's fine. the thing is Shawn has been playing both sides this whole fucking time.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's
he's had a lot of he's listen, he's feigning his dumb these riddles he's been putting out. I've been watching him for a long time doing this, and I've been picking up a lot of things. I'm pretty good at that, and I'm not going to toot my own horn. But the thing is, when Shawn came out with Karen's texts that were not supposed to be public,
that wasn't cool at all.
No, I was like, and then he said the thing about, you know, if Karen gets, you know, convicted,
because I saw Mike Crawford posted, like, he did a video and he titled it, you know, Shawn on the Gulf doxed Karen Reed, and I was like, what? And when I hear the word doxed, I don't think, you know, sharing screenshots of a conversation is doxed. I think sharing personal information of someone's whereabouts or their phone number or things of that nature, or their real name when they're trying to be anonymous, that's doxing. You know, now, should he have shared those screenshots? No, I'm not defending that at all, but I don't think doxing is the correct word to use. So I was like, wait, what? Because as far as I know, Karen is in a secluded private place, so nobody fucks with her. You know what I mean? So when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, what? So when I hear doxed, it was just like, oh my God. And then I was like, oh, okay. So we just shared, like, you know, screenshots of a conversation. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's not cool, but at least it's not what I thought it was. You know what I mean?
KP had this information this whole time because of Natalie. And Natalie gave that information to Shawn. For what reason, I don't know. But it seems like he's been playing both sides this whole time, trying to be the detective, you know, the DEA. He wants a notoriety. I understand that. He's a big guy.
But that's what we would expect a former DEA agent to do, in all fairness, Kim.
But you don't go attacking Turtle Boy, Aiden Kearney.
Well, okay, but now we're talking about two different things. I'm talking about the point you just made where he's just trying to play detective. Like, that's what we would expect him to do. You know, that's what he was saying he was doing. That's what he was getting praise for, is that he supposedly had sources inside the MSP that was giving him information. So that's exactly what we would. Okay, but what I'm saying is it's not fair to criticize him for playing detective when it's exactly what everyone was cheering him on for doing. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is him getting personal about Turtle Boy is contrary to that behavior.
That's after. He may have gotten his ego bent a little bit for not being invited, blah, blah, whatever, or not getting the emoji. He can use that all he wants for going rogue. It's just ridiculous the way he's playing out. And it's just, I've never seen anything like it in my life. A grown man his age, you know, former DEA, acting this way.
Right.
And then going, you know, attacking the pink people, and then siding with Plevin and Kate Peters, of all people. Gross. And it just doesn't look good.
Yeah, no, agreed. It's definitely not a good look. All right, I'm going to take the next caller. Thank you, Kim.
All right. Have a good night. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, it's Kylie from Down Under. How you doing?
Hey, how we doing?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good.
G'day.
Hey, just one thing that g'day. One thing I wanted to say is, you know, like everyone who, you know, knows that Karen Reed's innocent, like, we're all brainwashed by Turtle Boy. Like, we don't have a thought in our own head, and we don't have a brain and can come to our own conclusions.
Right.
It's really bizarre. I find that a lot. It's just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're Turtle Boy. I'm from Australia. I had no idea whatsoever who Turtle Boy was. I started watching the Karen Reed trial. It was probably after the trial where I was like, okay, so that's Turtle Boy. But yeah, apparently we're all brainwashed and, you know, a big bunch of sheep.
Stupid. Like, I mean,
Um,
like, it's so funny because these people, they swear they know me and shit, man. Like, dude, I refuse to even read a Turtle Boy blog or even fucking talk to the guy until I had enough information to start making my own opinion on the case. I was like, I don't want any influence from anyone else other than I have access to the documents. I'm going to look at the documents. I'm going to draw my own conclusions. And then I'm going to have a conversation with somebody who I've never talked to about it and see how see how much we agree on here. And we agreed on a lot.
Oh, exactly.
But when I first talked to Turtle Boy, like Scott McGinnis can fucking absolutely confirm this. I refused to even acknowledge the Turtle Boy existence really until I was ready. And then I was like, all right, I need to talk to this Turtle Boy person. I need to talk to him. And then I did. I reached out to him. He agreed to come on here. We had a great conversation and the snowball kept building. So, I mean, like it's so stupid that people are like, oh, you know, you just do everything the turtle tells you to do. The turtle doesn't tell me to do shit. Like, I don't even really talk to him. Like, seriously, dude, our conversations are the shortest of between me and any other fucking creator, dude. Like, they are the shortest. Like, even in fucking, like, I when I'm in Boston, hey, you're in town? Yeah. Want to meet us for lunch? Sure. Okay. Do you need us to pick you up? No. I'll take an Uber. Okay, cool. This is where we're going to be. All right. Meet you there at 12. Yeah. That's it. Like, that's the longest conversation that I've ever had with Turtle Boy via text. Other than that,
yeah, but
hey, do you want to join me for a stream? Sure. What time?
Exactly, but we're all just, brainwashed by this Turtle Boy, all paid. I mean, he must have the biggest fucking wallet in the world.
We don't have these powwows behind the scene like everybody thinks that we do, dude. Like, we don't. Like, I don't have those with fucking anybody, you know?
Yeah. No, I just think it's crazy. It's just, yeah, like we can't have a thought of our own in our head that we've got to be, this big Turtle Boy cult. It's like, oh my God, serious? It's it's just getting more mind-blowing and more mind-blowing. Like the Better letters, oh my God, fire. Like, yeah, it's this case just keeps on giving. I just feel so sorry for Karen, just having to be dragged and dragged and dragged. Like,
but she's going to be a legend. She's going to be a legend after this. She's going to be a fucking legend.
Oh, yeah, I'll go and see. She is. I'll go to the movies and see the movie when it comes out, I tell you.
Yeah, like, dude, she's like, I mean,
yeah.
she's fighting a hell of a fight right now, you know? Like, and not only that,
and just from every angle.
And with her, right, that's what I'm saying. And with her health issues that she's dealing with on top of everything, it's like, you know?
Oh, yeah, losing the job, losing the house, losing their insurance. And I know you need insurance over there because, sorry, but your medical over there really sucks.
It does.
But yeah, lost everything like that. Plus, she just has to be the most incredibly strong woman to be able to stand there in court and hold her head up high. Like, I think I'd be hiding under the table, Karen,
Why in the fuck would I not take the opportunity to fly out there and sit behind her in a courtroom? Why in the fuck would I not do that?
Oh, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like, I'd do exactly the same.
Just like in any way that I possibly can to support this person going through what she's going through and fighting the way that she is. Why the fuck would I not do anything in my power to do that? So it's like,
exactly. I'd fly out there too if I had the money, I tell you.
Right. You know, I wish I could do more for Turtle Boy, you know, honestly. Like, I straight up simply went out there just to support him at court. I didn't expect to sit in the courtroom. I expected to just go and stand out there with everybody else. That was what my plan originally was. You know, like
Yeah, no, I
just
didn't realize just how much Turtle Boy was. Like, I know Turtle Boy was facing charges, but didn't sort of overly hear too much. It wasn't until like the better letters came out, and I'm like, holy crap! I'm like, wow, okay, it's ridiculous.
yeah, it's
Hello, did I
crazy.
get cut out?
No,
Oh, sorry, I thought I got
you're
cut out then.
no, it's just so fucking stupid that these people are just so fucking. It's funny. Somebody,
There are no words.
who was it? Was that you, Petty Paralegal? I feel like it was you. I don't know who it was, but somebody wrote and tagged Trump in a Twitter post. I think that I may have reposted, and it was a really, really good post.
Thought they tagged Trump in a Twitter post about Turtle Boy.
No, not about Turtle Boy. About
Okay. Oh, okay.
about Norfolk County.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The whole place, like, it's just, it's crazy. Oh, what's going on with that poor guy about the ducks? Like the rubber ducks. Like,
Oh, I don't know when his next court date is. But I'm really interested in it.
yeah, no, me too. That's just like ridiculous to make that over rubber ducks.
Yeah, that dude's a badass. I love that guy. Rich Schiffer.
Yeah, yep.
Rich Schiffer.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it? I did see him on someone's show. I don't know who or whatever, but yeah, he's a legend. He really is. So I even sent him a quick email from Australia just to go, big up.
Oh, I don't see the post. I don't think I reposted it, but I wanted to read it. It was really good. No, it wasn't you. Okay, Petty Paralegal. God, yeah, it was somebody who wrote a very eloquent tweet tagging what it was it was tagging Donald Trump, and it was in fear of because somebody had mentioned a caller had mentioned it at one point on the show that Josh Levy is an appointed U.S. attorney, and since he's a Democrat, Trump's going to get rid of him. And I don't think that's the case. Like, he hasn't alluded to that yet. He's been making a lot of announcements and a lot of changes, but some of the stuff that he's talking about sounds like he would leave. He would leave Levy in because Levy seems to be doing exactly what he wants to happen. Yeah. So Levy seems to already be on top of what, even though whether he's a Democrat or not, he seems to be doing exactly what Trump would want him to do. They wrote this really eloquent, and I wish I could have found it, but they wrote this really eloquent post basically pleading with Trump and making him aware, at least making an effort to make him aware of Josh Levy and how good of a job he's been doing in fighting corruption in Massachusetts. So it was really, really
cool. I hope he's leaving there then.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. Oh my God. Wait. Yeah. No. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is your captain speaking. Minnie is just left the airport. Thank you for flying Glair Airlines, Minnie, and have a safe flight. Yeah, no, somebody was
kicking somebody off.
No. Somebody was announcing their departure, so I just wanted to.
Oh, okay. Have a good trip.
Right, exactly. Minnie said, "I'm out."
All right, well, I better let you go and take some other calls and stuff, so I don't want to hog up all your time.
All right, have a good one. Thank you for calling. All the way from Australia.
No worries, all right. All the way from down under.
She said no worries. I love it. All right, have a good one.
Yeah, no worries. See you, mate.
All right, bye.
Call from
Rhea.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, this is Rhea. How are
I'm
you?
good, Rhea. How are you?
Love your show.
Right on. Thanks for loving the show.
I was laughing earlier when I forget how you came about saying it, but you said, what would you people think, if tomorrow I came on and my whole demeanor changed and I started yelling and screaming at you. And I started laughing. I said, I get the answer. They shut his gym down and he can't find his weed.
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
but the whole situation, what's going on, is really, really sad. And I remember the first Monday when it started. I think it was the Monday when it started with the plebeian, and I really just thought he was having a bad day. And right after that happened, I put on Auntie Deb, and Auntie Deb was in the car, and it kind of made light of it. But then as it kept on going on and going on, like, I respect you so much because I have a daughter, how you don't involve kids in anything, like off limits. The only thing with Shawn that bothers me is because of this case, I don't care about the Turtle Boy fighting or like all the fighting that's going on, but I just think there should be limits as far as where Karen stands. Like, I think Karen, whatever went on with text messages, Alan Jackson, anything to do with her case should not be discussed by Shawn. Like, I'm surprised that Unetti and Jackson haven't told anyone to tell them to shut up when it comes to their clients and what's going. Any single thing that people could hurt her. Like, I just think she's going through so much right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, what the fuck was that? Why the fuck would
I don't get it.
Why would Shawn be so fucking butthurt about not getting a fucking emoji from Karen Reed, knowing what the fuck Karen Reed is going through? Like, are you kidding, dude?
But I have
who the fuck are you, bro?
I have cops in my family.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you guys. I realized I found it. Thank you guys for the for letting me know about who sent the tweet. I'm gonna read it in a little bit. I appreciate it, guys. And I'm just telling you so you stop putting it in the chat because you don't you don't think that I see it. I do see it. Thank you guys. I found it. I got it pulled up and I'll go over it in a bit. But thank you guys.
You still there?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. So I have a brother who's a cop.
Okay.
And what he said, he follows the case because Karen's 1,000% innocent. It's a disgrace. And what he said is, for Shawn being a DEA, he should know better about things that he should be talking about. Like, he should not be bringing up Karen. He should not be bringing up Tex. He shouldn't be bringing up Eddie Jackson and this and that. That stuff is off limits.
Yeah, and think about this. Imagine, and I don't know if anybody's pointed this out yet, but imagine if the prosecution decided to use those private texts in some way and twist them to use them against Karen Reed.
I mean, what if they went to her house tonight and seized her phones? Like, she doesn't need this added shit.
That taking that chance because of his own ego and pride, because of his own ego and pride, is unforgivable in itself. They
could easily see that, right?
Right.
But how corrupt what's going on. That family doesn't need someone knocking on their door, and Karen doesn't need it. And that's where I'm disgusted with Shawn. All the other stuff I could kill. You know what I mean? I am disappointed that he's 67. He made a comment telling Turtle Boy, be careful in Southie because you're going to get your ass, whatever. And then he just keeps on bringing up stuff. I could care less about it. But childish stuff, like LTL did a thing tonight posted a private meeting that he had, and he's talking about Turtle Boy having arrows in his back, and he's talking like all this crazy stuff. It's like,
yeah, dude, like he's talking nonsense on top of everything else. It's just a bunch of fucking gibberish.
And
The thing is with Turtle
what
Boy,
are you
you
doing?
can't help it. But Turtle Boy might say on one of his shows, tomorrow I have this coming out. I can't talk about it. But tomorrow the receipt comes and we read it. Like, I have never once. Like, I have watched the shows and people will, and Turtle Boy be like, nope, not reporting on it, know nothing about it. Like, Shawn hasn't, he almost is like he needs to hang up his hat and stop bragging that he's DEA. Like, whoa, I worked for DEP for 30 years. I worked for the director of water supply. So I know everything going on about your fucking water. Like, chill out, dude. No, do you know what I'm saying? He's almost like the guy sitting in the bar saying, he's 80 years old, saying, yeah, I was the best running back in high school. And I got a scholarship to a college, but I fucked it up and I couldn't go. And he's still talking about how great he was in high school running with the fucking football. Like, shut up. Number one, no one's gonna have Shawn. I was booked them, but I'm street common sense. Nobody in the whole movement, all right, is gonna pay Shawn or want Shawn to solve anything. Because if they did, Karen Reed wouldn't be $5 million in debt. No one's looking for Shawn to solve shit. Because I'm like, I was tempted to be like, I'm gonna call the FBI and tell them to shut this guy's mouth up. Like, and I like him. I'm not, but enough. You're the. Like, I have a daughter. We have to set the example for our kids. You look at this movement. He shouldn't be pinning his all. I used to watch I have Parkinson's, so I can't go to the standouts. But I watch it all. I donate money. I do what I can. I was like blown away. The amount of people never fight outside of that courthouse. Halloween parties, never fighting. And the grandfather starting all this shit. They're supposed to be the peacemakers.
Right.
And he's just stirring up. It's sad.
That's what he did. Like, think about it. Like, nobody else did this. Turtle Boy didn't do this. You know, and everybody, like, anybody who supports Shawn wants to blame Turtle Boy. And it's just like, no, Turtle Boy didn't fucking do anything. Like,
Yeah.
like,
so
I would call Turtle Boy out too. I would be like, dude, like, you know, you didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, if he did something, but he didn't fucking do anything in this case. Like again, like, it's like Shawn of the Gulf out of nowhere just decided to fucking shoot shit out of his mouth. Like, fucking dysentery out of his fucking mouth on a live stream for no reason. Like, because he was butthurt about something. And then, like, Turtle Boy's over here going, what the fuck just happened? What?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Like I like really liked Shawn. I did. And I can't say I don't, but I really did. And I knew his background from listening. And that outburst, I felt bad for him. Like, I really thought he was, and I was expecting, I didn't think twice. I said, you know what? He's going to cool down. He's going to come back and apologize. And then it just kept on going and going. I'm like, no. Like, I just lost my mother in March. My daughter had 28 surgeries on her head for spinal fluid leakage. I'm not going to go around mistreating people and treat them like shit. We all have, but we all can have a bad day. So when the first one happened with him, I gave him a pass. But the more it's going and going and going, it's, in my personal opinion, I think Kate Pete has made him look like a fool on her show.
She did.
And what stuck out to me was how he talked about John's father.
Dude, for him,
my uncle's cousin's sister's brother told me that the car was fixed. Kate Peters shut him, and it's like, oh, my brother's sister's uncle's brother's mother-in-law told me that Mrs. O'Keefe and John O'Keefe saw their third cousin at the beach who was married to my fifth aunt. It's like, you know what? We're not dumb.
I mean, well, that's the whole thing. It's just like what the. How could a guy who's supposed to have all these street smarts being a fucking DEA agent, man, like going after and fucking busting cartels and shit? How is this guy gonna fucking fall for Kate Peters' dumbass fucking bullshit manipulation? Like, like I said earlier, her chat is just full of stupid fucking people. She is very manipulative, but she's only manipulative to stupid people because only stupid people fall for her manipulation. You know what I mean? So that's why her chat is just full of a bunch of fucking idiots. You know?
Well, that's like we were watching the show one night.
Like it's the all-star idiot show in her chat. It's crazy. I was in there going, Jesus Christ, I can't believe I'm not blocked. Like, this is amazing.
Well, I was with a couple people watching the show, and when they brought up Turtle Boy calling Miss O'Keefe the C word, I'm not going to say it, I started laughing. And everyone looked at me and said, why are you laughing? I'm like, I look at this differently.
Right.
I said, I believe she is. I don't look at her as just a grieving mother. She
Right.
took that Lindsay bitch. If you're grieving over your son, okay, I'm not going to go out of my way to have my son bring Turtle Boy.
That's some petty shit, right?
Victim into a courtroom. You know, you deserve it.
I mean, yes,
Everyone
she lost her son, and it sucks. I get it, but you can't deny that that was some petty fucking childish shit from a fucking grieving mother. Right. Like, why are you going out of your way to be hurtful to fucking Turtle? Why is Turtle Boy so on your mind when you're walking into court to try to get justice for your son? What?
And like I said, the only place I'm put my energy, I can't focus on all the YouTube, like all the drama. My whole focus is on Karen Reed and her family. My heart breaks. You know, when the trial first started, and I won't forget this, I went on, joined one of the pages, and I just wrote, while I was concerned watching the trial today, I couldn't believe Karen's parents weren't there. I hope they're okay. Do you know Karen answered it? And she said, don't worry. My mother hurt her arm, and they had to take her to the hospital. Thank you for thinking of my mother. What person going through this would take time out to answer that?
Yeah,
like that family.
I can tell you.
Them.
I can tell you, without a doubt, and I swear on my eyes that Karen Reed is grateful for the support that she's getting. I can absolutely confirm this for a fact because she has shown this. Like that was what that was the whole reason behind her inviting me to sit with the family. The whole reason her inviting Tom, the whole reason her inviting Melanie, the whole reason her inviting LTL. That was the whole reason behind that. Because Alan Jackson stood there and told us on both days, told both me and Tom when we were there, and told both me and LTL when we were there, how much they appreciate, and that's why they invited us. Like, we appreciate all the work you guys are doing out there. And I was like, I'm not doing shit. I was like, I'm just talking about something that I have a very high interest in, you know. But like they were like, nevertheless, we appreciate it, and and that's why we can't invite all the supporters out there. So we thought it would be a nice idea to invite some of the people who kind of speak for the supporters to come in and sit with us.
Exactly.
I thought that was great.
When I hear people like talk about Karen and her dad, I get upset because I have 4 brothers, right? My dad is 85 years old, and I still have to call him when I leave his house to make sure I got home okay. My parents were married 68 years.
Man. Yeah.
And it's like, I get that. Half of these losers, like, they don't even know what normal families are. And not that you judge, like, my daughter's 15. I adopted her when she was 2.5. She was severely beat. I'll leave it at that. And she's doing amazing today. It doesn't matter that she didn't have, but I give her the love and she needs now. So it's not about judging who has the better family. But half of these people that are commenting about Karen and her father, that's normal. Like, I have that, and I'm grateful and lucky that I did. But they talk like someone, like, I don't even want to repeat some of the things you hear, like, because her dad, I call my dad at 2 in the morning if I had a car accident. I can call not right now, I wouldn't because he's in a wheelchair.
Right.
But back I could do those things. Like I remember one time, don't laugh, but this guy pissed me off. He had a Harley and he cheated on me. And he had his Harley in his backyard and I kicked it over and it went down and he called my dad and he goes, "Your daughter's crazy. She kicked my Harley over." He said, "Punk, you must have done something to deserve it. Don't call my house again." So I had a father that I could call.
Yeah.
So the whole thing with me right now, where I'm upset, is take everything out of it. Leave Karen and her family the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Keep them out of your mouth.
There was no
Don't-
reason to
I
fucking
was
do
so
that. What he
scared.
did.
I was so scared when he put those things up. All I could think of is, oh my God, as corrupt what we're dealing, someone's going to knock on her door and want her phone. She doesn't need this shit. That's where my mind went. Like, I didn't care what he was saying about Turtle Boy or you or this one or that. My whole focus is, this is about Karen. What are you doing?
That's exactly what I was thinking too at the time. I was like, what the fuck is this?
So that's
I kept
where my
waiting.
anger is
I
right
kept
now.
waiting for something worthwhile to be said here, and
Exactly.
and there was nothing but petty, stupid bullshit, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go.
Can I just tell you something really quick?
Okay.
Off subject. The next time you and Melanie Little are on, I watch it all the time. Ask her, because we all crack up in our chat about how funny you guys are. She said she was gonna get you. Ask her about the guy in the back seat of the car who fractured his hips. How come she hasn't called you to go over that case with us? She'll know what I'm talking. She'll laugh.
Oh,
because she's like, we got to get Will on this.
I mean, she'd let me know, you know.
Yeah, but it was nice talking to you. Thank you.
You too. Thanks for calling.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. Phone lines are now closed, guys. Before I go, I'm going to read that tweet. I found it. Thank you guys for letting me know in chat who posted it. It was not Haley Walbrecht. However you say that name. I met this person in front of the courthouse when I went to go support Turtle Boy. And bummer, Emma D. Maybe next time. So I met this person and he was a really cool dude. And he tweeted this open letter to President-elect Donald Trump. And I'm going to go ahead and read it because I thought it was, and I did repost it. I just couldn't find it, but I see it that I reposted it. It says here, an open letter to President-elect Donald Trump. I am writing you from deep blue New England to request that you eschew party politics and push for the confirmation of Josh Levy, currently the acting U.S. Attorney for the District of Massachusetts, into the permanent role as district as the U.S. Attorney. Levy has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to root out corruption without fear or favor. He has proven to be an effective leader, and despite a short time in his role, has achieved amazing results in combating public corruption on all fronts and at a dizzying pace. It is refreshing to see a law enforcement leader who steadfastly refuses to allow politics to seep into his decisions regarding what investigations to pursue or charges to bring. He is truly the ideal candidate for the job, having already demonstrated his commitment to his role and to the people of his district, who deserve a man of integrity at the head of the crucial office in protecting the rights of U.S. citizens and overseeing federal law enforcement operations and prosecutions through the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I urge people from all political parties to join in my appeal to have Josh Levy confirmed as the permanent U.S. Attorney, regardless of who initially appointed him. Sometimes the right person for the job is simply the right person for the job. Please like and share to send a message to the people deserve a leader like Josh Levy, looking out for them in the face of historic government. In the face of historic government corruption that is completely ignored by Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey and Massachusetts Attorney General Andrea Joy Campbell. Someone needs to be here to do the right thing when the Commonwealth simply won't, and that someone so far has been Josh Levy. I wholeheartedly endorse him to continue in his current role. So I'm going to go ahead here. Let me, if you have Twitter, here is the link to that. So please share that if you have a Twitter. Because I absolutely agree with that. I think Josh Levy is taking this case very seriously. I think that Josh Levy has been taking the fight against corruption in Massachusetts very seriously. And I have no reason to believe that he is not the best person to do this job because he's been showing it. And I support Josh Levy 100%. So if you feel the same way, the link that I just dropped in the chat, please click on it. If you have a Twitter account or an X account, please click on it and share that tweet. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes, 3,000 pages of exculpatory evidence. I don't know if it's all exculpatory, but 3,000 pages is nothing to shake a stick at, and that's just what it was at the time. So who knows what they've got now? And I guarantee you, if Mark Betterow has proof, then Josh Levy has proof too. I guarantee it. So, anyways, guys, I am going to go ahead and wrap this up. I really had a great time with you guys tonight. For an issue that was really bothering me and had me in a bad mood all day, something told me to just go live and talk to you guys, and I feel better. So thank you guys for being there. That really means a lot because I am in a significantly better mood now that I've gotten to talk to you guys and hang out with you guys tonight, even though I had absolutely no plans to do so. And that is exactly one of the many things that I love about, doing this and hanging out with you guys. So, oh shit, what's up, Tom CPU? Yeah, you guys are amazing. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you're new subscribers, again, as I always say, I hope that the new subscribers always continue to enjoy the channel if you're enjoying it now. Please hit the like if you have not already. I would really appreciate it. It really helps me out. And thank you guys for all of the support tonight. I really, 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 really do appreciate it. Yeah, I love you guys very, very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.